Go on the boys. 3-1 winners at Chelsea. What a performance. We move on to the next game now. Brighton versus Arsenal. This is my preview. Let's get into it. Welcome guys, thanks very much for watching. As I said, this is the Brighton versus Arsenal preview. Coming off the back of a 3-1 win against Chelsea. What a performance from the boys. I'm so happy with that performance. I did call it in my last video. I did say I was feeling positive. Now let's see if we can keep moving forwards, climbing the positions up the table. 3 more points on the board. I'm looking forward to this game against Brighton. We have some standout players. I think we did see a much rotated squad from the match against Chelsea with the likes of Emile Smith-Rowe, as I called. Martinelli in the game due to still Aubameyang with a slight calf injury, but it was good to see him get minutes under his belt. We've also seen Saka played out on the right, covering for Willian and Gabriel because of COVID precautions. David Luiz also falls into that bracket, so they just want to just be on the safe side and make sure that we don't disrupt any further players. So they're currently in isolation is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, so what a performance from the boys. Like I said, we move on to Brighton, and I am going to go through the head-to-heads that we've had against Brighton, the team selection, and also who we should be watching out for. Also, coming up, you'll also see the FIFA21 prediction, as we have been doing over the last few weeks. So yeah, let's just jump into it. So looking at the head-to-heads against Brighton, we have beaten them 12 times, drawn 4 and lost 5. Over the last 3 years, again, it doesn't really bode well in terms of results. We had 1 win, 2 draws and 3 losses. Now, we've been quite unfortunate over the last couple of years with results against Brighton, especially last year. We saw the fateful Matteo Guendouzi incident. Bern Leno got injured in that game, and this was then at the start of the Martinez reign in goal. Neil Maupay, he was a bit of a schneid, and Matteo Guendouzi lost his head. Consequently, I believe got sent off and was just a bit stupid, and we didn't recover from that game. And the rest is history, as they say. So, Neil Maupay, one of the players to watch out for. Danny Welbeck. Since he's gone to Brighton, he's scored a few goals. Seems to be finding a bit of form. Brighton currently sitting below us in the league, and they're currently playing West Ham. So if my eyes do tend to wander, it's only just because I'm watching the West Ham game as well. But yes, after yesterday's performance against Chelsea, I'm feeling a lot more confident about how we are going to be playing. I'm not going to change too much of the team that played against Chelsea. I thought it played really well. One possibly 2 changes, and yeah, I shall go into that now for you. So there we go guys, there's my team. Bern Leno in goal, absolutely outstanding against Chelsea. Couple of good saves, also the penalty right at the death. Chelsea were starting to fight their way back into it. Pablo Mari, tired legs, first 90 minutes I believe in the Premier League, or certainly this season. And yeah, a bit of a silly challenge, gave away the penalty. Bern Leno stepped up. Granted, it was a bit of a shit penalty anyway, but it was a penalty save nonetheless. It kept us in the game, kept the goal advantage, and yeah, he's definitely number 1 in my team selection. Hector Bellerin, again, he's come under a lot of scrutiny recently. Definitely had one of his better games. Was getting forward and backwards, putting a couple of last-ditch tackles. Very well played. Rob Holding and Pablo Mari in the centre-backs. Kieran Tierney again was absolutely outstanding in the game against Chelsea, getting forwards, providing a lot of crosses. Actually got us the penalty to get us underway at Chelsea. Granit Xhaka, another player who's come under a lot of scrutiny recently, hasn't publicly come out and apologised for the red card. Mikel Arteta has obviously stated that some players make silly mistakes, and the sending off that we saw a couple of weeks ago was definitely one of those silly mistakes, but again had an outstanding game. Put the through ball in for Tierney to get into the box, ultimately to get the penalty. Mohamed El Neni did have a good game, but I'm going to bring Danny Ceballos in for my team selection. The attacking line that we then have in front of them, exactly the same as we had against Chelsea. All three of these players had an absolutely outstanding game. Gabriel Martinelli, with 70 minutes under his belt, again was the creative outlet that we had. Him and Saka. Gabriel unlucky not to get a couple of goals in that game. His time will come, and you can see the passion that he has and wants to do well for the team, so he's going straight back in. Emil Smith-Rowe, again, was one of my controversial picks, but we've seen him in the Europa League. He's been absolutely fantastic. So again, and he was outstanding against Chelsea, so gets in my team again. Filling all the pockets of space, creating space for others, absolutely instrumental. Saka, another man of the match performance from him. I thought he was absolutely outstanding and definitely deserves his place over the likes of Pepe, who's been a bit hit and miss recently. Again, crops up with his goal. Some would say it's a cross. Who knows? He seems to be adamant that that he was going for a shot. It did look like a cross, but it was a good finish nonetheless. Aubameyang, we've seen him out for a couple of games now due to a calf strain. Was on the bench against Chelsea, but wasn't needed. Lacazette did score the first goal to get us underway. It's a great penalty. But for me, Aubameyang needs to start this game. He needs to start finding his goal scoring form again. So there we go, guys. That's my team selection for the upcoming game against Brighton. Let's see what FIFA thinks. So there we go, guys. FIFA 21 predicts a draw. To be honest, I don't think we should be too disheartened with a draw, although I would like to see us kick on and get some more points to get us up the board. I know that we have struggled against Brighton in the past, but I definitely think we need to build on the momentum over the game against Chelsea. But I did say in the podcast, if you go and check out our other videos, that 4 points before the end of the year would be crucial for us and for Mikel Arteta keeping his job. I don't see us losing, but you never know. This is a funny old year. The Premier League has been so unpredictable. Informed teams then dropping points, and yeah, it's just been a crazy old season. To the back end, continuing from the back end of last season. But it was good to see some positivity. I do think we'll come away winners with this game. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If there's anything you would do differently in the team selection, again, let me know. But thanks very much for tuning in, guys. If you have liked this video, please hit that like and subscribe button. We do have content coming out on a weekly basis with our podcast. Obviously, the tiering system that the whole of the UK has had recently means that we can't get out to do any other videos currently, but watch this space in the new year. You never know, when the tiering structure eases up, we may be able to get out and do some more stuff. But thanks very much for watching. I've been Mike, and we'll see you on the next one. Hi guys, thanks for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe. See you next time.